Hello everyone, this is Kona, and thank you for tuning in to another TF2 commentary. In this video, I wanted to talk about a class which I feel is a little underrated. Maybe people, I don't know, they don't really think this class is too important, or maybe it's just too boring to play, but I feel that this class is the most important, and I just wanted to dedicate an entire video to just talking about this class, and it is the healing class, the medic, for TF2, and I just kind of want to talk about also healing classes in general. Now, the reason that I'm saying that the medic, it might be an underrated class, and I feel like it's the most important class as well, is that when people get into a firefight, they don't seem to notice the medic that much. The medic is not the immediate threat to them when they get into a firefight. It's usually the person who's shooting back. You want to shoot them, right? They're gonna hurt you and they might kill you. So you instinctively just start shooting at someone who shoots back. But when you look at the firefight as a whole, if you were to sort of play it out in your head, you would sort of realize that the winner of the firefight usually, and I'm saying usually, is the team that can survive the longest in that fight. And to survive the longest, you're gonna need health. Now, in most cases, when you kill a medic, it's actually a bigger victory than you might think. You might think, oh, I just killed one person, whoop-de-doo, right? But actually, when you kill a medic, you really stop a team from pushing, from being really aggressive. You can see, as I heal this Pyro, I don't know if this Pyro would actually be as aggressive as he is right now if he wasn't being healed. But because he knows that I'm here being healed, he can just go to town on these guys. He can be very, very aggressive. Now, I don't think you should be all gung-ho and going for the medic the entire time. I think that you have to pick your moments to figure out who to actually go for. Probably in this case, the heavy should have killed me, actually, because look at that Pyro, down to 2 health. Oh my gosh, kept him alive long enough to do some damage. But I'll admit that when I play sometimes, I start to notice who is like the MVP on the other team. And I usually try to focus them. It may not be the medic. Sometimes it is, and usually it is. If you heal and your team gets damaged a lot, you're going to do pretty well as a medic. But sometimes the other team may have a really good heavy or a really good soldier, and they need to be shut down rather than the medic. You know, maybe the medic is okay, but if you can really shut down that DPS class, all of a sudden that medic is not protected anymore, and he's an easy picking. Now, my favorite loadout for the medic has got to be the Ubersaw, the Crusader Crossbow, and the Quick Fix. Oh my gosh, the Quick Fix is so much fun to use. I remember when this thing first came out, it was basically a little gimmick. I feel like the Quick Fix back then is like the Vaccinator now, where it's very situational. It's a new idea, but might need some tweaking. But I'm glad that they fixed this. They fixed the Quick Fix so that it's actually viable. And what I love is that you can basically out-heal a lot of the damage that comes in. Basically healing faster than the damage is being done. So like my brother here with the Pyro, trying to kill this heavy, and I'm healing him way faster than he can actually damage him, which is fantastic. This is what I like in a weapon. Now, the Quick Fix probably won't solve all your problems out there. There might be situations where you have to change it up. I consider the Quick Fix sort of my default, I'll call it casual healing metagun. It's just for pure healing. That's what it's supposed to do. Like even the Uber is just accelerated healing. But there will be some times where you have to switch off to Uber if there's like a sentry locking you down, and that's what really sucks, is that once you get used to the Quick Fix and how fast it can heal and how long it can survive with people, all of a sudden you go to something like the regular Uber, which is supposed to be it's the default. And it's like, oh, I'm not healing them fast enough. You know, it's just you feel a little handicapped after it. And so for me, it seems like switching off of the Quick Fix to something else, all these other weapons which we thought were like the default, like the Kritzkrieg and the Uber, to me are almost like the situational items where I need to switch to solve a certain problem. Like there's a lot of people out there, gotta go with the crits. There's a sentry, gotta go with the Uber. But if I want to do casual healing, just keeping my teammates alive long enough for them to just fight it out, I feel like the Quick Fix is a pretty good weapon. Now, in this most recent MVM update, the medic got some pretty cool abilities, especially that shield. That's pretty cool. And I'm guessing Valve did this because they wanted to promote the teamwork that the medic brings to a team, basically. You know, if you look at the DPS classes, you know, you can sort of play those classes alone, especially the ones like I call them the loneliest classes, the sniper and the spy. You can basically play those by yourself, and really you don't need too much teamwork because you're kind of alone all the time. But medic is one of those things where you need to stick with other people. You need teamwork. And I was hoping when they released MBM, in the very beginning of MBM, I was guessing that Valve did this because they wanted to show not only just to have co-op and stuff like that, but also to show that the medic is a really important class and it shouldn't be ignored, especially when it comes to multiplayer. I was hoping that playing a lot of MBM will encourage more people to play medic when they jump onto multiplayer. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it's nice that they offer a class that is very teamwork oriented, and it really relies on, you have to rely on other people, and you have to build a trust with the people that you're healing. There will probably be times where you go on a random server alone and you have to work with a bunch of strangers, and I know that can be very, very difficult. And I do that sometimes, but when I do that and I play medic on these random pubs, I try to find someone who is decent at the game and who can protect me, who might realize the importance of the medic, because nothing hurts more when playing medic than being rushed down and the person that you're healing really did nothing about it. They just kind of let you die. So when I go on pub servers, I try to identify people who I can stick with, who I feel know what they're doing, and I can follow them to battle, and we can sort of build somewhat of a trust between us. Like, I'll heal you, you protect me, win-win, right? Now, if you can't find some people that are reliable to heal on a server and you keep dying a lot as medic, that can be very discouraging, and it makes people want to either quit or they just want to switch classes and be something else, something they can play solo and not rely on other people too much. And it's kind of a shame that happens, because not having a medic, if you're the only medic and you switch off, all of a sudden there's no medics, your entire team feels it. All of a sudden you can't be as aggressive, you have to be very, very defensive. You're constantly going back for health and trying to fight over the nearest health pack. And so perhaps the medic needs something sort of like the MVM boost. I mean, I'm glad that they introduced some new abilities and stuff to make people want to play medic. I mean, that's a cool ability. But it seems like they need something like that for multiplayer to encourage more and more people to play medic. Now, my question for you guys is, do you guys like to play the medic class? I know people like to shoot. I mean, this is a first-person shooter, right? But to see a healing class in a first-person shooter is pretty unique. So, do you guys like playing this class, or do you guys hate playing this class? And what are your reasons for it? And if you do like it, what are your favorite loadouts? Like I said, I love the new quick fix. But, what is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.